Right, well, apologies for that. I don't know why, but my GT7 just decided to crash. Okay, I'll sort that out later. It's Daisy stuff, it can wait. Right, let's get cracking on back to where I was, which was about here. I know maybe a few corners to go. Cherry defends the inside, holds off Pasty. Pasty has to slot in behind Cherry. Cherry remains in 7th position. Some tyre squeals up just up ahead. Tyres squealing and screaming in protest, being pushed hard by all these drivers here on this final. Mo right behind Pasty. He's in a good position at the moment to potentially strike. Let's see what Mo can do. Yeah, we're going to carry on basically from where I left off. Apologies, game has crashed for some unknown reason. Probably something to do with spin, known spin. But we carry on nonetheless. We're going to go a bit further forward. Let's see what's going on up here. Throttle still unable to catch up to the back of Tap. Tap is on absolute fire this evening. Doing a fantastic job out in first at the moment. Skycloud finds the dust as we come out onto the back straight. Morrison has his half-second penalty, serves it. Through goes NTO. NTO's now up into P5. Here in his first Tier 3 race. So let's see what NTO can do now. A lot of people are probably going to notice that he is in the AMG and it is a banned car in this season on this tier. It is because he was in Tier 5 where the car was allowed, as we're going to go a bit further back. Mo has a good look at passing Pasty. Pasty defends the inside, holds the inside line, leaves the car's width on the exit. Pasty goes very, very deep and late on the brakes. Mo goes for the switchback, throws it over the curb and throws it over the dip, unable to get the traction on the drive. Pasty holds on for 8th position at the moment. Let's go a bit further back. No, we're going to stay here. No, we're going back. So they're still in the back at the moment, as in 12th. JMS doesn't get the exit he's after either. He's going to, Az is going to get away from just a little bit. We're going to go a bit further forward as Pasty is starting to form a little bit of a train at the moment. He's got Mo behind him and then he's got Zab just behind him. We're going to go a bit further up front. We're going to check on the group up front. Everyone's kind of making their own space and starting to make their own space. We're going to stay back here then. Mo going almost completely sideways, power sliding his way through the final corner of Sector 2 onto the back straight. He's lost a load of time to Pasty, who's in P8 at the moment. Mo struggling to get that GTR to turn around the corner. Pasty's caught up to the back of Cherry. Well, I say caught up to the back, he's catching up to the back of Cherry. Zab has a little look, doesn't quite get his nose up the inside. Mo very firmly slams that door shut in turn 1. He's going to keep hold of 9th position. We're going to go a bit further ahead. We're going to check on the front 3. As Skycloud uses all the track and a little bit extra. Spin, unable to catch up to the top 2, and Throttle is starting to close in on the back of Tap. Just at the fastest lap of the race, 56.7 compared to a 56.8. So Tap's now responding to Throttle's 2 very, very quick laps. Throttle putting Tap under some pressure. Tap's very quick going through the Schumacher S's as we come up over the top of the hill, hard on the brakes. Let's come back, Sky Clouds catch up, or is caught up, excuse me, to the back of Spin. Spin's now under pressure from Sky Cloud. Spin's going to want to try and keep hold of that P3 as well, lap 5 of 8. That's where Spin's very strong. That's where Sky Cloud struggles as we come out of the chicane. A little bit further back. Let's check on things a bit further back. See ya. Right, Zab P10 at the moment, struggling to keep up to the back of Mo. Jin's in 11th, JMS is in 12th, Az is in 13th. JMS has now figured out how to drive a car. He's figured out what this pedal on the right does, which is always very helpful. He's caught up to the back of Jin at the moment. Jin goes defensive and then comes back across. That's his defensive move made. JMS gets a good run, tries to launch out of the inside. Not going to work this time, unfortunately. Let's go a bit further forward. Mo sticks his nose up on the inside of Pasty. Pasty holds on around the outside. Can he hold it around the outside? He's going to try his best. He's going to try and accelerate and outpower Mo as we come up the hill towards the Schumacher S's. He can just about go through side by side through here. It's not really advised though. Mo gets a helpful push from Zab. Mo's now going to try and challenge around the outside. Pasty defends the inside. They're both having a little bit of contact. Zab's going to try and collect the pieces and try and finish. Trying to collect some of the scraps, not able to. Mo holds the inside line. Pasty's going to hold on to 8. Mo's going to hold on to 9th. Zab's going to stay in 10th. Jin still holds on to 11th. JMS is still in 12th. We're going to go back up to the front. As Tap still under pressure from throttle as we come on to lap 7 of 8 in this sprint race. Spin still in 3rd. Sky Cloud still in 4th. NTO's in 5th. Morrison's in 6th. Just starting to catch up to the back of, NTO. Cherry's in a very lonely 8th. Pasty's in a little bit of a lonely 9th. Mo and Zab, on the other hand, are having a little battle for 9th position. Mo defends the inside as we're going through turn 1. Bit further behind, Mo's teammate Jin is under pressure from JMS. Is JMS going to go for a move? He is going to go for a move. Sends it up the inside very late on the brakes as there's a yellow flag up ahead. What's the yellow flag for? Oh no. Has my birthday come late or early? I don't know. I'm going to enjoy this bit. What has happened here, Spin? Spin up in 3rd. Oh no. Was that a wheel disconnect? For a second. So, Spin out onto the grass. This promotes everybody up a positions. Sky Clouds up into 3rd. NTO 4th. Morrison 5th. Cherry 6th. Go back and rewatch that. Sorry, I kind of got half distracted by Spin going around. So JMS just lovely move up the inside. Yeah, that's a shame. That is a shame because you were doing very well as well. You're still kind of struggling to get the car going. There you go. So we're going to stay in with the champion for tier 5 for just a couple of corners. doing a fantastic job in the AMG. I was going to start saying sort of a bit earlier, then I kind of got slightly distracted. The reason why NTO is in an AMG and no one else in this tier is quite simply because in his tier, the AMG wasn't banned. Whereas tier 3 last season, it was banned, and because he did a race in tier 3, he's allowed to drive his car. So that is why there is an AMG on the grid for this one race. Throttle now really close to the back of Tap as we come on to lap 8, as we come on to the final lap of this sprint race. Can Throttle force Tap to shake for a move? Why did the screen just go black when I tried to change camera? This game's a little bit weird at the moment. Tap defends the inside. All he's got to do is try and make his car as wide as possible. Throttle using all of the circuit and a little bit extra, trying to find a way around, trying to get a little bit more momentum over Tap. Tap doing an absolute wonderful job at the moment. He's just got to make it last a little bit longer. That's all he's got to do. Throttle opening up the corner, trying to get the power down as much as he can, as early as possible, trying to get the best run he can. Not quite good enough to get close enough to potentially make a move on Tap, but he's close enough to put a lot of pressure on. We're going to come back to these two in just a moment. Let's check on the rest of the pack before I come back up front. Pasty still in 7th. Zab recently passed Mo for 8th position. Mo's now down into 9th. JMS is in 10th. Jin's in 11th. Az is in 12th. And then Spin, after having a wheel disconnect, is all the way down in 13th. But we're going to come back up to the front. Up to the top two. We come through the Schumacher S's for the final time in the sprint race. What can Throttle do to unsettle Tap? Tap has only got a few more corners to go, and then he has won the sprint race here in Germany. As we come down the back straight for the last time, is he going to look at a defensive move? No, he's going to stay on the racing line. Throttle's not quite close enough to fire it up the inside as we come through the chicane. Is it going to be a last corner lunge? No, it's not. Tap's not quite close. Oh, Tap's done the job. Sorry, Throttle's not close enough. Tap's come out the final corner, held off Throttle, the champion for the whole of tier 3, and has done the job. Tap's in 1st, Throttle's in 2nd, Skycloud very lucky 3rd. NTO's in 4th with Morrison in 5th. These two are finishing in style, as I love it. Cherry's in 6th. Zab is in 7th. Mo's in 8th. Passy's in 9th. JMS is in 10th. I need to go back and we need to watch what happened then. What has happened back here? So Zab's in 7th. Passy's in 8th. Oh, Mo gets a lovely looking switchback. There's a little bit of contact between Pasty and Mo. Pasty flashing his lights in what I should imagine is not a very happy driver behind the wheel of that Beetle. Oh, Mo nearly loses it to come out the chicane. So that's what happens. That's why Pasty is now down into 9th position. JMS is going to try and gain that 9th position. He gets a very good run, gets a switchback on Pasty, but that Beetle has just got a little bit too much acceleration for him. So Pasty's in 9th, JMS is in 10th, Jin's in 11th, Az 12th, and then a very, very unlucky spin. Typicals. I say, no. Very unlucky spin from Spin. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Round the final corner, out the final corner. He did so well until his wheel disconnected. And there we have it. There is the sprint. On the 2nd attempt. So I should have... There it is. Right.
It's podium chasing time.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, if you went from 13th, basically last on the grid, if you got to a podium, that is a very good drive. I'd say that's the best drive of your season, if you did that. Now, I'm one of those commentators that never look at race results, quite simply because I kind of want you to hear my genuine reaction. And that grey cloud is not really much of a reassuring sight. So, strategy here is probably going to be the one stop. It'll be the hard medium or the medium hard, I should imagine. I honestly can't remember what I did here. JMS apparently is in a BMW. He's changed cars. I didn't know you could change cars without breaking the rules, but clearly the luck of the Irish is with JMS. So JMS is on the mediums, Pasty's on the mediums, Mo's on the mediums, Zab's on the mediums, Cherry's on the mediums, Morrison's on the mediums, NTO's on the hards. So NTO's first driver at the moment on the hards. Skycloud, Throttle, Tap, Gin, Az, and Spinner all on the medium. So NTO's the only driver on the hards. So maybe his car can't quite do what the rest can, which I'm guessing is now a medium soft strategy. So NTO could be at a disadvantage to begin with, as we green light and off we go into racing. Pasty doesn't slot into the slipstream straight away, which is interesting, but catches up to the back of JMS very quickly. JMS maybe braked a little bit too early going into turn 1, going a little bit further back, and we've got a little bit of chaos at the back. We've got the two Ferraris together, the old Ferrari and the new Ferrari. The new Ferrari is now going, Az is going up the inside of Gin, so first position gained already. Tap battling with Throttles, often very wide goes Throttle, so up goes Tap into P9. Skycloud's in 8th, pressuring NTO for 7th at the moment. Top 3 hasn't really changed. Oh, someone's off in the background. It might have been Az. Let's go back and have a very quick look. Sorry, was that with a bit of rain? No, it's just a windscreen. Yeah, Az just goes off, goes very wide. The Spin nearly joins him. Spin has a very good run, coming out towards the hairpin as further up ahead with 3 wide. We got Skycloud up the inside, Tap in the middle, NTO on the outside. NTO nearly has a little bit of contact with Throttle. Up the inside goes Throttle. NTO is falling down. His hard tyres aren't quite switching on yet, but it might come back to him a little bit later on in the race. Or he's going to try and do the undercut and just do a few laps on the hards and then do the rest on the mediums. We will have to wait and see. Going a bit further forward, Morrison chasing down Cherry for 5th at the moment. Zab's in 4th, Pasty's in 3rd. Mo is up into 2nd. Or Pasty's, excuse me, down to 3rd. So what has happened here? Because I've missed something. No, I haven't missed something. Mo goes up the inside. Sorry for skipping around. I'm just trying to make sure I get everything, as there's a tiny little bit of contact on the exit of the corner. Pasty go down to 3rd. Zab's going to try and challenge for 4th as we go through the Schumacher S's. I'm going to go forward about 20 seconds. That's where we got to. Cherry's in 5th. In the almighty and most successful car in ALR history, the powerful BMW M6. A tricky car to drive. I personally am not a big fan of it, as Morrison gets an absolute phenomenal chicane. He's going to go firing up the inside on the final corner. Cherry's going to try and drive it around the outside. Morrison's going to get the move done, give plenty of space, and a fantastic move done by Morrison. Fantastic speed through the chicane. Morrison's now up into 5th. Skycloud's in 7th. Tap's in 8th. opening a bit of a gap to Throttle, who's in 9th, who doesn't really have to do too much in this race because I believe he's already champion in this race. NTO defends the inside from Jin. Jin kind of slightly turns in on him. Because of that, Spin has got a good exit and a good run on Jin. Does pressure initially, but Jin has the inside line. Jin trying to take a very tight line. Has to back out of it. Primarily. Spin gets a good run. Jin barely gives Spin any space. It is literally just enough. And I mean just by probably a couple of inches. So Jin holds on to 11th at the moment. Spin's going to have to wake up a little bit earlier to get past Jin. Like that, go further forward quickly. Nothing changing. And we're back. It's a tiny little bit of contact between Spin and Jin. Might get a little bit of net code. I'm not entirely sure. It didn't look like that much to really affect it that much. As we go through the center S, is NTO doing a fantastic job holding off Jin and Spin. We're going to go forward a few positions and a few places because things are now heating up at the front. Zab is under pressure from Morrison. Morrison has become alive all of a sudden. Morrison has found some fantastic pace in that Ferrari. Up the inside goes Morrison. He has to defend as we're going side by side through the chicane. I'm not going to... Oh no! Off goes Zab. I was about to say I never thought you'd be able to go side by side through that chicane, but hush my mouth. You can't. Still proven. So Morrison up to 4th, Skyclimb 5th, Cherry's in 6th, being chased down by Throttle, who's in 7th. Tap is in 8th. Tap has not had a great lap. Zab comes out in 9th. Jin's in 10th, Spin's in 11th, NTO's in 12th, so something else has happened back here that I have missed. We're going to come back and watch from Jin's point of view. NTO not very confident through the chicane. Jin mounts those curbs with absolute precision. Goes up the inside. Struggles to get the car to turn a little bit. Here comes Spin. Spin's charging through at the moment. NTO's in 12th. Spin's challenging for 10th with Jin at the moment. Gets a good run, but not quite good enough to beat that GTR down the straight. Late on the brakes, tries to go round the outside. Gets on the power nice and early, a little snap of oversteer. Not a problem. Jin holds the inside line, keeps the car nice and tight. Is this the move? It is a move, it's a bit of a block pass, it's a little bit of a rub. Through goes Spin. Spin's now up into 10th position. Jin's now down to 11th. Zab challenging Cherry from 8th position. Tap up into 7th at the moment. Let's go a bit further forward. Skycloud got past Morrison recently. Morrison's the next target for Throttle. Now I was meant to have a co-host for this race, but unfortunately that co-host has lost its voice. And obviously for comms you can't have visual comms because you can't see us. So that co-host is going to join me at some point when he has regained his voice. Whenever that is.
I was pretty positive I was being sent to the stewards for that move.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive you're going to get sent to the stewards for that move. Did you? I can't remember. It was a good move. Yeah, you could argue and I could see a push to pass potentially being on the cards, but I'd still say a good move, just a very healthy move up the inside. Let's put it that way. Now let's go a little bit further forward. Tap versus Throttle. So in the sprint race it was the other way around for the whole race, whereas this time, nope. Okay, fair enough. Tap not quite able to stick all the way with Throttle. Throttle closing up on the back of Morrison though. we're going to go forward. We're going to check on the front groups. I've not really checked on them for a little while. Pasty's still in his own world, doing great in the moment in 3rd position. Great job done by Pasty as he misses his apex a little bit. Up ahead though, Mo chasing down JMS. JMS doing a great job, sitting in 1st position at the moment, keeping a good consistent pace. Mo slowly catching up to the back of him though, just a little bit. Now we're going to join the Morrison train. Morrison just hit a purple sector at the moment. I can't even see fast slap. That's great. Sorry, there's still a little bit of a lingering cough that I've got on the odd occasion. I just don't want to blast out people's eardrums. Oh, throttle goes off. Throttle goes off on the run down the back straight. Is this going to allow Tap to attack? Throttle to fence to the left. Here comes Tap. Tap's going to try and go around the outside as we're going to come into the chicane. Throttle's got the very tight line as he cuts the corner. And then he goes off a little bit again. Is Throttle going to get a penalty to rub a bit more salt in that wound? I think he's just got away with that. So Tap up to P6, Throttle down to P7. Cherry defends from Zab. Zab starting to climb back up a little bit, gives Cherry a little bit of a push. Let's see what happens through these next couple of corners. Going a bit further forward. Skycloud versus Pasty. Pasty defends to the left. Skycloud wants that inside line. Pasty's not letting her have the inside line. Skycloud flicks the inside, backs off wisely. Tries to line up the move for the next run down to the higher pin. Not able to. Kind of slightly gets alongside a bit too early. Can't quite get the rotation either. So she's going to have to close up that gap again and make another run. Playing it sensible, which is good to see. Pasty going flat out, trying to stay flat out. Doesn't quite make it flat out. So through goes Skycloud. Through goes Morrison as well. Morrison's going to swoop around the outside. Pasty trying to keep up ahead, trying to keep out in front as best as he can. Unfortunately, understeers off, going through the Schumacher S's, off into the gravel, loses a big chunk of speed. So down to 5th goes Pasty. Tap, next car, to potentially look at trying to pass Pasty at the moment. It's behind. Throttle having a little bit of a wiggle going through the chicane, going a bit further up ahead though. Let's go back 10 seconds. I want to have a look at this. I don't think Skycloud's really struggling with the chicane. Look at Morrison. Morrison's nailed the chicane. Got a great run, fires it up the inside. Skycloud gives loads of space. I think she understeers a little bit going through the final corner. Morrison leaves the space, but Skycloud gets a good run. So Skycloud's not going to get a side-by-side. She's going to be on the outside for the right-hander, which is not really the place I think she will want to be. She's coming across, trying to force Morrison to take a tighter line. Morrison breaks a lot earlier, so allows Skycloud back through. So Skycloud back up into P3, Morrison down into P4. Pasty holds on 5th at the moment, Tap's just behind in 6th. Top 2 haven't changed. Let's actually go up and check the top 2. No, not much has changed. If anything, well, JMS has opened up a bit of a gap. Let's come back to the action. Cherry staying with Throttle on Tap as well, so that's good to see from Cherry, the fact that he's staying with some of the top runners in this tier, this race. Just behind you got Zab, and then you got Spin just behind Zab, so Spin's on a really good run, keeping it clean and consistent. So Spin could be in contention here for a top 5 maybe. Lap 6 of 21. As we join the Pasty train, Cherry just lifts a little bit to make sure he gets the car to rotate through the S's as we come up over the hill. No one's really gaining too much. If anything, Tap's the only one that's really gaining at the moment. Well, he's definitely going to gain at the moment now because Basti's had a little bit of a snap. Basti's struggling to get through the corner. Throttle comes absolutely careering into the back, nearly hits the back of Tap. I'm not sure. There might have been a little bit of contact. Everyone's alive. Everyone's still in the same position, which is good. Now it's out the final corner. It's fair game. Throttle's not really got a good enough exit. I don't think he's in the... No, he's not in the toe either, so he's going to be susceptible to an attack from Cherry. But further up ahead, Tap's going to go up the inside of Pasti. Pasti's not really going to fight this too much, or is he going to try and fight it around the outside? Tap kind of gives Pasti a bit of a squeeze. Throttle still holds on to 7th, even though he's under a lot of pressure from Cherry in 8th at the moment. Zab's in 9th. He's got Spin for company in 10th just behind him. Throttle and Pasti, I think they might have done a position swap. So Throttle up to 6th. Pasti now back down to 7th. After I think I think it must have been a position swap, looking at the way Throttle moved. So Pasti's going to try and hold up these guys. Oh no. Morrison, no, you were doing so well. So both Ferraris, oh no. Both Ferraris having a bit of a terrible time here in Germany at the moment. Morrison running very, very strongly and very well in 4th position. Would have had a very good race performance and race finish. We've also lost a driver. There was 13. Now there's 12. Who did we lose? Someone's going to have to remind me who we lost. Cherry switched to the inside last minute. Not going to work this time. Zab's going to get involved now. He's going to go lunging up the inside of Cherry. Cherry's going to have to give him the space, but Cherry runs the BMW nicely around the outside, hooks the car up nicely, gets the grip. Here comes Spin. Spin's going to make a good run as well. Zab defends the inside. Oh no, it was NTO. That's a shame. Pasti comes into the pits. He's coming into the pits early. Maybe trying to do a little bit of an undercut. Morrison's got a half-second penalty. Spin and Zab had a bit of a collision in the chicane as well. No position, well, it was a slight position gain, but Spin gave it straight back so they can carry on fighting as they come down the start-finish straight. Spin lunges up the inside, gets up the inside, gets the move done at turn 1. A fantastic move from Spin. Spin's decided to wake up and realise, well, I won't say realise, but tell his wheel to sort himself out. Zab tries to re-attack, not quite close enough, so Spin holds on to 7th. Cherry's in 6th. Throttle's in 5th. Tap's in 4th. Skycloud's in 3rd, having now caught up the top 2, which is Mo and Jonas, who are still in the same positions and haven't changed for 8 laps. The gap's been fluctuating though. Jonas has opened it, then Mo's closed it. So that gap has fluctuated. Why does he keep doing that? Anyway, so Spin in 7th, Zab in 8th. Morrison's got a half-second penalty to serve, who's in 9th at the moment. He's going to comfortably stay in 9th with Jin in 10th, opening up a big gap to Az, who's in 11th. We then got Pasti, who's gone on to the hards in 12th, so I think that might be Pasti to the end. So Pasti's going to throw a curveball here. He's going to go onto the hards and try something different. I mean, might as well. Got everything to gain, nothing to lose. Completely respect that idea. Let's go back further forward though. Skycloud has gotten past Mo. Let's come back and have a little look. Mo goes off the track. at the Schumacher S is, why does everything happen when I start looking through the grid? So Mo's got, Sky Cloud, you can't just turn in on a driver like that. But Sky Cloud drives it around the outside, then has the inside line. Does Mo serve his penalty? No, he's going to serve it next lap, so he's going to pressure Sky Cloud all the way down the back, straight down the hill, now back up into the chicane. Sky Cloud's going to defend the inside. Sky Cloud goes through the chicane, gets a little bit wrong, but holds position, kind of blocks the middle of the road, which she can do, technically. Mo, in third at the moment, has got a half-second penalty to serve, is going to try and catch up to the back of Sky Cloud, tapping Throttle in fourth and fifth, catching up to the top two. We then got Cherry in a bit of a lonely sixth, with Spin in seventh, giving Zab a nice tow and pulling him along for eighth. Morrison's in ninth. Jin is in 10th, slowly closing the gap to Morrison. And then got Az, who's doing quite well actually, I'd say. New car. A car that we don't really know, well, I don't really know too much about this car. I've heard people say that this car's a little bit like the Porsche. Terrible on the starts, but good once you get it going. It looks really nice as well. Anyway, let's go a bit further forward. Let's go back up to the front. Sky Cloud closing that gap to JMS in the moment. Doing a great job as well. We then got Mo in third, who's going to serve his half-second penalty, and he should have plenty of gap to tap. Should. It'd be close, but I think he can do it. Does the grass trick to not lose as much speed. Loses a little bit of stability trying to come back onto the track though, but does keep third. Tap has closed the gap. He's closed it not really enough to really pressure at all. He's under a lot of pressure himself at the moment from Throttle. Throttle's trying to go around the outside. Is he going to switch back to the inside? He's going to attempt to switch back to the inside. Tap's doing a fantastic job at the moment, keeping Throttle behind. Defends to the right. Throttle swings to the left. Now alongside. Tap brakes a little bit earlier than Throttle. Throttle's going to try and swing it around the outside. It's not going to work this time. He goes way too deep, way too wide, and Tap keeps fourth position for the time being. All the while these guys are fighting. Cherry's a little ways off, but he's going to start closing down. Spin in seventh, slowly closing up on the back of Cherry. Zab staying with him. These guys set about the same sort of lap times at the moment. As I have just missed something else. Why am I missing everything tonight? I don't know why I'm missing everything tonight. My apologies. We're going to go a bit further back. GMS defends to the right. Brakes way too early. Way too early. But hugs the inside. Slams the car over the apex, but not quite enough. Sky Cloud gets the traction. Coming out of turn one. And takes the lead of this race with 11 laps to go. We're going to skip back forward a little bit to where we got to. So Tap and Throttle, they've got Mo to contend with now. Mo doing a very good job in that GTR. Sky Cloud in the distance is just driving off and starting to really drive away from JMS. Judging by the tyre wear, I think these guys are going to go into about lap 12, lap 13 I should imagine. And then they're probably all going to dive into the pits for the softs. We're going to come back a few cars though. Zab sticking to the back of Spin. There's not really much going on at the moment. It's kind of up. It's that interesting part where people are still pushing, people are still trying, and they're still trying to make up a little bit of ground, but tyres are now starting to go away. Fuel levels are coming down. Mo feels like he has to defend this. So Mo goes all the way across to the right hand side, defends really, really early. Tries to break it the toe a little bit as well. Holds the inside line. Tap goes to the middle. Throttle's going to try and go around the outside. Then going to try and get the switch back. Can he get the power down? He kind of can get the power down, but not as well as Tap, who's ahead of him. Mo doing a fantastic job backing these guys up, keeping them at bay, keeping them behind. He really wants to try and keep this third position. He defends all the way out to the inside. Tap swings to the outside. Mo comes to the middle, opens up the corner a little bit. Tap really having to work, to get up to P3 at the moment. He's got to be a little bit careful because Throttle's right behind him. Throttle wants to try and get that switch back. He wants to get a good run on Tap, but this Tap's playing it perfectly. He's tapping and putting Mo under a lot of pressure as Mo just kisses the grabber, on the inside. And Tap's playing it beautifully, attacking, and also putting his car in a good position to really hold Throttle up as well. So Tap's playing this absolutely wonderfully. And all the while these guys fight, Skycloud up ahead and JMS up ahead is just going to start pulling away. Cherry's not really catching up too much either. Cherry's got to be a little bit careful as he's going to have spin. Oh no, I just spotted that. Mo has a huge moment coming out the chicane. This is Tap's chance. Can he try and drive it around the outside on the final corner? No, he's not going to be able to drive it around the outside on the final corner. Mo gets a good run, uses the power of that GTR in a straight line of that GTR to keep Tap just at bay, and I'm literally just at bay. Mo defends the inside line. Tap just going to try and go around the outside. Not going to work. These two take pretty much the same line going through. This is great stuff from these two. Absolutely fantastic stuff from these two. What's the tyres of Gem? Mo's tyres are not looking that great either. He's going to start struggling this lap. He's really going to start struggling this lap. All the while I'm just looking on the map, on the track map, in the bottom corner. Spin has caught up to the back of Cherry. Zab's dropped off the back of Spin, so Spin's on a roll at the moment. Morrison's in 9th, Pasty's in 10th. He's managed to undercut Jin, who's recently stopped and comes out in 11th. Az comes out in 12th on the mediums. Oh, apologies, I just want to check something. He's gone in on the mediums too, so this, unless Az is planning on stopping again, that could be a very unlucky and unfortunate penalty. Why is it whenever I click away, something happens? So we're going to stay here because something happens to Mo. What happens to Mo? I did get back here before I went through the rest of the grid, so we're going to come back. We're going to watch. Tap absolutely sends it up the inside at the hairpin, gets the move done. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, Throttle. Oh dear. So, Throttle comes through the hairpin, taps the Mo's back right corner, spins him out, which is unfortunate for Mo. And I'm sorry to say it, but I feel that's a little bit sloppy from Throttle's perspective as well. After carving his way through the field on multiple occasions, I feel like that's a little bit sloppy from Throttle. Not at all up to his usual standard, which is a shame really. But it's down to Stewart's have final words, Stewart's have final decision. I'm just commentating and providing, I wouldn't say my opinion, but my thoughts. Now, Throttle comes in. Spin, out in 5th at the moment. Zab comes in. What's Morrison going to do? Morrison's going to stay out. Mo comes out in 8th. After that, he's going to stay out. Pasty's in 9th. We've lost Cherry as well. When did we lose Cherry? Whoa. Okay, I know why we lost Cherry. That's a disconnect if I've seen one. So, unfortunate enough, unlucky to Cherry. We got to back here. So, unfortunate and very unlucky to Cherry, who disconnects, which is a real shame actually, because Cherry was doing very well. So we're going to stay on with these guys just for a moment. We're going to go through and watch them. Spend just a moment. Now I hope Az pits again. I really hope Az does pits again. But we will see. Now going further front, going up to the front again. Skycloud doing a fantastic job at the moment, leading the pack, and has opened up a very healthy gap to JMS, who's in 2nd place. He's nearly gone through his fuel tank and his tyres on lap 13, so JMS not really fuel saving it much this round. Tap in 3rd at the moment. Spin in a very, very good 4th position after having his wheel disconnected in the sprint race and starting all the way down in the last. In 13 laps he's gone from 13th to 4th, so that's a very, very good run by Spin at the moment. Morrison having a very, very unfortunate spin, still in 5th position, so a great job by Morrison at the moment. Mo's in 6th. It's a shame that he got spun out, but still, considering the spin out, he's doing very well. Now, Throttle's in 7th. He's gone straight to the softs. He's going to go to the end. Will the undercut be strong here? JMS comes in. Tap comes in. Spin stays out. Both Ferraris stay out. So both Ferraris don't think they can get the softs to last that long. Mo comes in. So Mo's going to try and do a little bit of an undercut on the Ferraris as well. Let's have a look at Skycloud's tyres. They're very good. About the same as the Ferraris. Funny enough, the top 3 have all got pretty much the same tyres. Well, tyres, excuse me. Now JMS is going to just about lose out to his teammate, who's come in. Throttle going past and going through. There's Throttle. There's Tap. The undercut has worked for Throttle. Just further back, Zab tries to go around the outside. He's trying to undercut his way past as well. JMS manages to literally just cut him off, and he's gone into the hards. Whereas Tap is... What? I'm sorry, what? Tap is on the softs, JMS is on the hards. Did JMS misclick, or is he genuinely doesn't think he can get the softs to the end? I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued. So, Zab being on the softs, this should be quite a simple overtake. In actual fact, there it is. Ask and you shall receive. Zab's fires it up the inside, much later in the brakes, much warmer tyres, much softer tyres, and through goes Zab, up into 6th position. Pasty, half-second penalty, probably it'll be a track limit penalty as well, in 8th position, still going very well. Mo comes out on the softs in 9th. In comes Skycloud. Are the two Ferraris going to follow? Surely. They are going to follow. Spin could actually catch up to the back of Skycloud a fair bit here. In comes Morrison as well. So both GTRs are in 9th and 10th at the moment. Two totally different strategies. Now where's Throttle going to come out? Where are the top 3 going to come out compared to Throttle? I don't think Spin's actually going to catch up too much to the back of Skycloud. So there's Skycloud. Throttle's got the overspeed. Through goes Throttle for 1st position. Tap's just behind. Not quite able to catch up and overtake Skycloud. So it's going to be track position to Skycloud. Track position for Throttle. The undercut has worked wonderful for him, but he's now got to make it last. Skycloud can push for 6 laps, maybe 7. Tap can push a little bit as well. Tap's going to want to keep up and get involved. Zab's in 4th. Very, very good result for Zab at the moment. JMS is in 5th. Again, this baffles me. The hards in total just baffle me. Spin comes out in 6th on a very fresh set of softs. This should be quite a simple pass for Spin. Lines up JMS, lovely, focuses the exit as we come charging down the hill. JMS, I think, knows he's a little bit doomed at the moment. Doesn't really defend. Through goes Spin, up into 5th position. I'm very intrigued to keep an eye on the top 3, because this is going to be a good fight. This is going to be a very good fight, I think. Now it's down to can Throttle make these tyres last. He pitted a lot earlier than the other two. The undercut has worked, it's given him track position, but now can he hold it? He's going to have to hold it against Skycloud. Skycloud's gone all the way to the inside with him. Throttle's defending inside. Skycloud can't quite make the corner. Tap's going to try and capitalise. Can't quite capitalise on Skycloud's mistake in the chicane. These 3 are now going to be glued together as Tap gets his nose up the inside as there's a little bit of a push. Tap backs out of it, gives the position back. This is going to allow Throttle to really open the taps and open up a massive gap whilst these 2 have been fighting. Here comes Zab. Zab's going to get involved as well. He's got a good run. He's in the slipstream of Tap. Can he get close enough? No, he's not going to get close enough to fire it up and have a lunge, a Daniel Ricciardo style lunge. Skycloud already closing up on the back of Throttle. She is putting those tyres through their paces at the moment. I'm probably expecting a purple sector 1, maybe. Yep. Wow. I was not expecting a half-second purple sector 1, so Skycloud is really pushing those tyres through those paces. She doesn't really have to make them last that long either. Taps in 3rd, not able to quite keep up to the back of Skycloud. Zab's in 4th, JMS Spins in 5th, excuse me, JMS is in 6th. We're going to stay here as there's contact at the hairpin. Oh no. Oh, that's a push. I'm sorry, but that's definitely a push pass. I'd say a little bit of mixture of a very late lunge by Skycloud, a very, very late move done by Throttle. Now Tap's going to have a little look, so Skycloud's up into 1st. If that was reported, then all these guys have got to do is stay within 5 seconds of Skycloud. Throttle struggling a little bit on these tyres at the moment. Tap's got a great run, goes up the inside through the kink, and now going up the hill towards the hairpin. Throttle backs out of it. So Throttle playing a bit more of the longer game, backs out of it. He's going to try and hook up on the back of Tap and let Tap pull him along to Skycloud. Zab's going to get involved as well. Zab's tyres and Throttle's tyres are the exact same. A Spin sets the fastest lap of the race, a 57.5, which is 4/10 faster than Skycloud's. So Spin really starting to hunt down a podium. He could be in a very good position here. We're just going to have a quick look through the rest of the grid. Jonas is in 6th, Morrison's in 7th, Mo's in 8th, Pasty's in 9th, Jin's in 10th, and Az is in 11th, but we're going to stay here. We're going to stay with the action, as again, why does this always happen when I leave a group? Did Spin just fire it up the inside? Spin did just fire it up the inside. Completely alongside, keeps the car rotated. Spin up to 4th position. He is not hanging around, he's not taking prisoners tonight. This is angry Spin. This is the Spin that I love. Angry Spin, not taking prisoners, hunting down that 3rd position, really pushing that Ferrari to its absolute limit. Keeps it nice and tidy through the hairpin. Fires it out and up the hill. Gonna have a little bit of dirty air through the Schumacher S's, but that doesn't matter. Pretty much fresh tyres versus half used tyres. I think we all know the outcome of this. So much more corner speed difference. Down the hill, round to the right, back up the hill. What does Throttle do? Throttle goes to the racing line. He doesn't defend the position. Spin's going to back out of it. Throttle goes a little bit deep. Now Throttle defends the inside. Spin tries to get the over and under move, doesn't quite get it to work. He has a massive snap of oversteer, catches it though, as we're going to go charging down towards turn 1. Skycloud takes the fastest lap of the race by 0.2 of a second over Spin, but Spin has got a little bit of traffic. Spin goes up the inside of turn 1, gets great run and great traction coming out of turn 1, keeps the position, makes the move stick, and Spins up to P3. The charge to the podium is complete. Can he get any higher? He's got a few laps to try and find out. Tap just up the road. He's trying to chase down Skycloud. Skycloud's trying to do her best to pull away from the rest of the pack. We're going to come back though. Throttle has done a great job of trying to stay up front. I just think he put it a little bit too early. Maybe a lap too early. If he came in a lap after, it might have worked out a little bit better for him. Zab's on very similar tyres. Right, let's go back and check the rest of the grid. JMS still in 6th position. Morrison's finally caught up. He's got a half-second penalty. He's going to serve it this lap. There goes the penalty. JMS can breathe a sigh of relief for just a moment. Sorry, I've not really spent too much. I'm not really actually spent a lot of time looking through the back half of the grid. It's been a very good fight near the front. Mo in 8th, doing a great job even after the spin he had. Pasty's in 9th, doing a fantastic job at the moment. We then got Jin in 10th, being chased down by Az, who's in 11th. I really hope Az pits. I'm not sure if Az is aware of the tyre rule, and I hope Az is aware of the tyre rule. But we're going to go a bit further forward. We're going to go back up to the front. .57.9 for Spin the last round, and then 58.2 for Tap. Spin is closing. I don't think it's going to be enough. Throttle's still in 4th. Zab's in 5th. His tyres are about the same as Throttle's. He's dropped right off the back of Throttle. JMS is in 6th. Morrison's in 7th. He's in hunt and chase mode. But I'm not sure how much Morrison's got left in the tank. We're kind of getting to the point where those softs are going to start to struggle a little bit for grip. So maybe JMS on the hards might start outpacing Morrison shortly. That's not going to help. I heard a tyre squeal. Morrison has a little bit of a slide as he comes over the hill. So that's kind of sealed 7th position for him unless JMS has a bit of a mistake. Goes to show how hard some of these drivers are pushing still at the very end. Morrison's teammate on the other hand, Spin, in 3rd. Chasing down Tap for 2nd. As we come onto lap 20 of 21, the penultimate lap of this race. It's still kind of slightly all to fight for. Let's go back here. Let's give these two a little bit of attention. Az and Jin having a nice little battle for P10 on the road. Jin defends the inside going into the hairpin. Az has a little look. I think Az is going to stay on the mediums to the end. Let's jump on board with them. Jin defends all the way to the inside. Az goes very much more in the inside. It goes completely off the track. I mean, completely off. Misses his braking zone entirely. Goes off into the gravel zone. Last time I saw a car in there, it was the very, very wet F1 race here. And all the cars just aquaplaned. So, the battle for P10 has been settled and sorted. Skycloud has opened up a very, very comfortable and healthy gap to Tap, who's in P2. Tap doing a great job at the moment. Spin's starting to run out of steam a little bit. He's done a great job to get up to P3. P2 could still be on the cards if Tap makes if I can speak English. If Tap makes a mistake, P2 could still be on the cards, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough. Dottle still P4, Zab still P5, JMS is in P6, Morrison's caught up again in P7, but can he catch up enough to really make an impact as we come out onto the final lap of this race? Spin not quite close enough. Let's come back and check on his teammate. Nope, hushed my mouth. He is close enough. JMS struggles to get that Renault to turn. He is on the hard tyres after all. Morrison's on the softs. He's now a drag race down to turn 1. JMS is just etching out ahead, and I mean literally just. JMS very much later on the brakes. Takes his normal line, defends his line. This is forcing Morrison to do something different. JMS is holding on to 6th at the moment. Morrison's going to have to try and do something a little bit different. He takes a very wide line, trying to straighten this corner out as much as possible. He's going to try and fire it out of this corner, coming and get as close as he can. Come down the hill towards the hairpin. Morrison's not close enough. Although Zab's really struggling. He's pretty much borderline got no tyre left. Same with Throttle. Throttle's a lot further up the road. But Zab could be in some trouble here. He's got to make sure he keeps that car on the road, otherwise he could be in trouble and JMS could get a 5th position out of this. But we're going to go a lot further up the road. We're going to go a bit further up ahead. Skycloud has driven a very, very good drive. Played it sensibly, had a little bit of an incident part of the way through, but nonetheless, she has pulled the strategy to perfection. Coming out the final corner for the final time of Season 20. She's going to take victory in the feature race. Skycloud's going to win the feature race here at the Nurburgring GP. Tap's going to get second, so a very good result from Tap. Spin, the podium drive and redemption, last to third, it is complete. Your Tier 4 champion is going to come home for 4th position. JMS is going to get 5th. Zab's going to go down to 6th after losing out. Morrison's going to come into 7th. We're going to go back and have a quick look at this. Zab really struggling to get that car to turn. JMS seeing a 5th position. Plays it very well, plays it very nicely. Zab understeering, cannot get that car to turn at all. So through goes JMS. Gets a much better drive. So JMS gets 5th. Zab's in 6th. Morrison's in 7th. Mo on completely dead tyres. Not had the best race after being spun out. Still comes over the line for 8th position, so very well done for Mo. Pasty, having done something completely different to everybody else, has kind of actually made it work. Comes over the line for P9 in a complete style, and I love it. Jin comes around the final corner for the final time. He's going to get 10th. He's going to round off the top 10 for Tier 3, and then Az, who doesn't change his tyres, which is a real shame, comes over the line for 11th. So, there we have it. Give me 2 seconds.
Excellent.
Where is it?
All season long, bro. Thank you.
It's alright, you're very welcome. Apologies, it's come out very late, and I know we're in Season 21. My apologies. Spin, you'll have to speak to your mother to find out why it's taken that long. I know there's a badum somewhere. So, looking at the standings, well, there's no real need to look at the standings. Throttle has got nearly 70-point gap to Tap. Tap is in 2nd, followed very closely by Skycloud, who's in 3rd. Spin takes 4th, and then Zab takes 5th for this Season 25 standings. And then looking at the constructors, the Lamborghini Hurricanes are the constructor champions for this season with 325 points, beating the VW Beetle by 5 points, and then the Renaults get 3rd. So well done everybody, great job all round. I hope you have enjoyed this season. My apologies, it has taken way too long for this shit to come out. But yeah, I'll see you guys all next season. Peace.